Welcome to Made in Sisters 2021, everybody. So this is really cool. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michael Preedin. I'm the mayor of Sisters. I'm also the board chair of Sisters Country Economic Development, our local advisory board for EDCO. And I just want to welcome everybody here. And if you don't recognize me, that's because I'm not on a Zoom screen. It's nice to see faces and smiles and food in the teeth and all that good stuff. It's really cool. I want to first of all thank Caprielle Lewis, our local director. She put most of this together, but we did have a small team of event coordinators, and that was me and Cappy and Jesse. So where's Jesse? Hi, Jesse. Thank you for your help. Jesse from Sisters Coffee is our enthusiasm coordinator. So if you need enthusiasm in your life, go to Sisters Coffee. It's not just caffeine, it's more. So it's much more than that. So thank you, Jesse, for that. I'm going to only talk for a couple of minutes. I'm just the welcoming committee. I may be an elected official, and maybe that's why I was asked, because we can talk and talk and talk, and I don't want to do that. But the first thing I want to talk about is we're actually in the 75th anniversary of the City of Sisters being incorporated. So in 1946, the city was incorporated by a vote of like 110 to 62. And so that's how the size of it was, maybe 250 people back in 1946. And I know that Greg Willis and I were just talking about this a second ago. This is the best damn city in Oregon. And if you have a business here, you're lucky. If you live here, you're lucky. We're all blessed to be able to be here and have businesses here. And so if you're here for a reason. It's I don't know if it's predestination or luck or blessing, but call it what you want, but we're all lucky to be here, and it's pretty fantastic. So 75 years of Sisters. I won't be around for 75 more, but I'm sure the city will, and it'll be fantastic even then. One thing some people don't know is Sisters is the fastest growing city in the state right now. Last 2 years running. I'm sure it's not going to be any different this next year. And the goal as a city, I'm the mayor here, I'm going to tell you is, we can't control the growth about how much it is, but we can control how good it is and how it affects us. And so the main goal of our city council right now is to do the best we can with what we have, keep the city livable, and just keep it charming like it is right now. There's going to be more people. They're going to come here because they love it as much as we do, but that's just how it is. So that's the 75th anniversary speech, so thanks. Two other things are happening in town. We're trying to create a transportation hub on the East Portal property, which was the little triangle piece that the Forest Service owned. We're working on acquiring that piece of property and turning it into a transportation hub. So that's going to be really cool. We have a lot of support on that in the community and statewide. But the biggest thing is, and something that I've been pushing for, is that second roundabout at Locust and Highway 20. A lot of people don't realize that the city is so important to the city that we've put in our own money for the design of that before we even started talking to ODOT about it. And by the end of summer, maybe early fall, we're going to be at shovel-ready status. And once we're there, all we need is funding after that, and we'll get that thing built as soon as possible. So that's a really exciting development in Sisters that helps not just citizens, but it helps the businesses too, because freight will be able to go around town if they want to. And I'm sure everybody's in support of that. So, but anyway, thanks for all that. And the last thing is, I just wanted to say to all of our trader sector businesses and the 3 businesses you're gonna see up on this screen today is just thank you for taking a chance on Sisters. We're here to help you in any way we can as a city, as a community, and as citizens. So thank you very much, and I'm sure Cappy has a lot more to tell you. No further ado, here's Cappy.
Thank you, Mayor Preedin and Chairman of the SCED Board. SCED, in case you don't know, stands for Sisters Country Economic Development. So they're my advisory board and the economic board for Sisters. So let's start with our title sponsors. I'd like to welcome Wendy McGrain up to the stage, and with U.S. Bank, they are one of our title sponsors today. Thank you so much.
Hi there and welcome. I'm Wendy McGrain. I am the business banking team manager for U.S. Bank, overseeing Central and Eastern Oregon. I'm also the chair of U.S. Bank's local advisory board for our region of the bank. And this is my first business event that I've attended since I became fully vaccinated. And I thought about, okay, what can I expect today? And how do I conduct myself? Can I just take my mask off? What do we do? We're in this interesting limbo of how we conduct ourselves, but I'm so optimistic about getting back out and having an opportunity to personally connect with so many of you in person. I decided that I'm going to start a new business fashion trend, and I'm calling it my Vexcessory. It's here, and so for those of you who are cautious about who you should be talking to without a mask on, I'm wearing this as a badge of pride, and I welcome you all to come up and talk with me. And I think I'm safe for you to talk with, and so anyway, just thought that was kind of fun to share today. U.S. Bank has a long history in Sisters, and I'm very fortunate to be here today with a few colleagues, but particularly a colleague that many of you likely know, Sandy Brink, who was one of the founding employees of our U.S. Bank branch here in Sisters, which opened in February of 1980. So speaking of businesses that choose to take a chance on Sisters, U.S. Bank chose to do that many, many years ago, and we're very, very grateful to continue to have a strong presence here and to work with so many local businesses that are doing so many things to support the local community. If you don't know our team and you don't know about U.S. Bank, we welcome the opportunity to meet with you and learn about your business and identify how we might be able to support you. With that, I hope you all have a great time today. We're just thrilled to be involved and look forward to learning about the rest of the businesses that are going to be speaking. And thanks so much.
The experience events coordinator reminded me that we need to do that. So, anyways, next up to the stage, Nicole Christensen with Ben Broadband TDS, another one of our title sponsors today. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Hi, everyone. It's so great to actually see people, smiles and everything. That's really the biggest thing that I'm thankful for today, is being able for people to join in person, not through computer screens. And this is my first event also, as Wendy stated, after being fully vaccinated and not really knowing what to expect. I always have the mask with you and all, but I'm not wearing mine, but I definitely feel like I should be safe to talk to. But anyways, just really thankful to be here, thankful to be a part of the Sisters community in Central Oregon as a whole. Funny thing is, I moved here the end of February of 2020, just a few short weeks after, before everything closed down. So I haven't been able to experience Central Oregon for all of that it's worth since I've been here. But one thing I have to say is that all of the organizations, EDCO, all of the people that I've met have been incredibly welcoming, and I'm so very glad to be a part of this community, both personally and through Ben Broadband. So happy we could support this event today, and EDCO and all of you here, and I hope that you have a great time, and thank you very much.
So Cameron is a OSU student, our intern at EDCO. We typically have one or two per year, but he's been absolutely amazing and extremely helpful and helped us through a challenging year. And he'll be graduating in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from OSU Cascade. So good to see you. I'm so excited. This has been a challenge, but we just forged ahead, and the mayor and I were determined to make this work today. So the stars aligned. We entered low, and it is really, really, really good to see everybody here. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Greg Willits with Five Pine. He's done this for us several times for our Maiden Sisters tour, and couldn't ask for a more beautiful setting. So thank you, Greg. So some of you, a few of you, I recognize were on our 2019 tour, Maiden Sisters, where we jumped on a school bus just around the corner, and we toured metabolic maintenance and Laird Superfood's second building on their campus. And so that was really fun. We toured around Sisters, looked at some new development projects, some housing projects, and some new exciting economic development projects, which are now being occupied and producing. So we'll talk a little bit about that today, too. So typically we like to do our tours in person so you can get close and hear directly from the business owners as we tour. But this year, it's super exciting because we have opportunity for you to see some of our smaller businesses, our handcrafted businesses. The businesses are the heart and soul of Sisters as well. So thanks to technology from Hand in Hand Productions and Matt Hand from Afoot. Thank you very much, Matt. So just as these smaller handcrafted businesses are the backbone of our economy, so are our economic development efforts. While the mission is clear with EDCO, how we do it in each of our respective communities can look very different. And in Sisters, it is carefully crafted. We are very strategic with our strategic plan and very conscious of the community, what I would say, pace. And there's been a lot of change. So we really focus our economic developments on that job creations piece and on diversification in Sisters, industry diversification. So what does this carefully crafted product look like? What are the main ingredients? What goes into it, our raw materials? Well, frankly, it starts with you. It starts with our supporters and our investors and those that believe in the mission, and those that provide support for building the kind of inventory that is marketable that help our businesses. We do need readily built businesses and buildings to showcase, and that has been a constraint on some of the business opportunities and the economic opportunities that we've missed in Sisters. We just haven't had that built inventory. The other part of it is resources. It's the partnerships. It's all those other things that help our businesses are first attracted here and then grow here and expand here. How do we get them deeply rooted in Sisters? So it really is a partnership. It takes a lot of collaboration, and that's something we've really, really been working on over the years. Last year, the SCED board, Sisters Country Economic Development Board, updated our 3-year strategic plan. So again, the efforts are very, very targeted, and what was super exciting about that is for the first time, EDCO secured a 3-year services contract with the City of Sisters. So it provided us more of a runway to show the work and to highlight the work and to see the results of the work. Our work now is more visible and more impactful than ever in Sisters. This and last year, we partnered with the Chamber of Commerce and the city to leverage the Chamber's marketing expertise and help us attract small businesses through the Sisters Outdoor Guide. So that was a marketing initiative that the SCED board put forth, and we were successful in. So look for us in the Sisters Outdoor Guide, which you'll see all over the region. We are also offering a stakeholder and business perspective on the city's comprehensive plan update, bringing awareness to the employment land consumption rate these past few years. We are working with the city to determine where we are best positioned to grow employment opportunities next. We serve on the Regional Economic Development Recovery Team and are tracking headwinds to economic development such as workforce shortages, limited childcare and commute options, affordable workforce housing, reliable energy concerns. We are working together to implement strategies and modify policies that negatively impact our business development and will slow our recovery. So we've been advocating for sisters, we've been advocating for the region to the state level, to our federal representatives to help us with these economic development strategies. We are implementing numerous strategies in the community's visioning. So this was a project that the community took on as a grassroots project several years ago, and we're on the Vision Implementation Executive Team, but basically it's broken down for some of these that don't know. There's a Livable Sisters, a Connected Sisters, a Prosperous Sisters, and that's where we've taken lead, is with these Prosperous Sisters initiatives. Some of those involve improving rural broadband, so we've been successful with some of our work in the Camp Sherman area, and we're looking forward to some work in the region as well. So as I mentioned, light industrial land and desirable built inventory has been an economic constraint in Sisters. We have lost numerous economic opportunities to our neighbors because we didn't have the right inventory. Increasing marketable inventory became an important priority, and now over 125,000 square foot of spec space has been built in Sisters, including a new facility that offers flex space, and that's filling up fast. We recently assisted with the rezoning of approximately 15 acres of private land to light industrial. This project replaces some lost economic land inventory and is already attracting new and exciting expansion and relocation opportunities. These will be shovel-ready and are selling now. Last year, we assisted our zone sponsors with the redesignation of the Greater Redmond Enterprise Zone. The City of Sisters piggybacks on that zone for our enterprise zone in Sisters. This important business development incentive now extends for another 10 years, we hope, and includes supporting companies primarily engaged in e-commerce. So that was another huge initiative. We are also working with the city to improve their local incentive, making it more usable to support the smaller scale projects that we see more typically in Sisters. So as you can see, our strategies are well thought out and carefully crafted. Currently in our pipeline for Sisters, we are working with 12 move, 4 start, and 12 important grow projects. Newly relocated to Sisters are Daydream HQ, Neckville Banjos, Holy Cacao, and Cognito. These companies sure do represent industry diversity. Expanded into the new business park are Keyback Tile and Lakeview Millworks. Laird Superfood is expanding their campus with their third building, a 2-story high-tech 29,000 square foot warehouse. So, as you can see, there's a lot going on in Sisters through initiatives as well as the projects and through our strategic plan. Some other exciting things, news to share and updates are, typically Bend and Redmond get sort of media attention on the national level, but Sisters really lit it up this past year with their announcement of the Laird Superfood IPO. And the stories surrounding their growth continue, and I do want to congratulate Jesse Thomas and the Picky Bars team. Another fun fact, Laird Superfood now employs 12 Sisters graduates, 4 Bend graduates, 1 Redmond graduate, and 1 Culver graduate. That's what gets me up every day. So, as a matter of fact, there are many Sisters outlaws graduates that are returning home with new opportunities to work for local companies or remotely. A huge thank you to OSU Cascades and Central Oregon Community College, who continue to craft programs to support employment opportunities throughout our region. Engineering Solutions, a key employer in Sisters, recently hired a Sisters Outlaw grad, an OSU grad, after he had graduated in engineering. Sisters Coffee Company is breaking ground on their new production facility in our business park. Josie's Best gluten-free baking mixes was highlighted on Good Morning America, and they recently achieved their gluten-free certification. Expect exciting announcements from this local startup. Our bioscience cluster did very well through the pandemic, increasing sales with their immunity products. So, while all of our businesses continue to deal with the many challenges brought on by the pandemic, in the true Sisters way, they pioneer through. They adapt for survival, leaning into technology and e-commerce platforms, focusing on converting new customers and developing new products. So, the good news. Through all of this, the data shows that Sisters is becoming more economically resilient. Our crafted economic development strategies and Move, Start, Grow efforts strategically focused on economic diversification continue to strengthen the local economy and help us recover faster. Let's celebrate today. We're here in person. It's so great to see you. Let's celebrate these crafted economic development opportunities as we tour 3 resilient local companies as they produce their handcrafted products. There will be time for Q&A after each tour with the owners, so prepare your questions. Take it away, Matt.
My name is Carly, and I am the owner of Keyback Tile. We have been in business here in Central Oregon for about 40 years now. Originally, my mom with Keyback Tile, she was selling predominantly through Ansax Tile and Stone for about 25 years. And that was when it was a much larger scale. So from there, we kind of wanted to scale down a little bit. So we're now into more specialty boutique style showrooms around the country. We love doing residential projects. We also do commercial projects. We've been featured in Hard Rock Cafe, Disneyland, Disney World. We just did a swimming pool for Disney World a couple years ago. That was really fun. We always say that tile is timeless and we like to make history together. We're just gonna kind of walk you through the life cycle of a project. When you first come in, this jumble of mountain of tile, we call them a bisque, our blanks. We have 2 different types. We work on this white on-gobed product, actually, that's out of Spokane. And so it's super eco-friendly. It's an awesome natural product. And then we have a terracotta bisque as well, and we have different sizes that we work on. Here we have some of our tile. This one in particular is our simple Angelique pattern. You can see what a difference color makes, but this is the one that we're going to be walking through today. Here we have our screen library, where we have a collection of the hundreds of screens and patterns that we've amassed over the years. My mom, Suzanne, is our key designer, and she's designed so many patterns. Okay, so we have our screen set up. So we have our template for, this is kind of one of the main production elements of making the tile. So we slot the tile in the bisque, and then we're gonna get ready to screen on the pattern. And now we're just gonna silk screen this on here and see how it looks. So, cover the pattern, do a little of that, and then we check it out and see how he looks. Here you can see how we've gone from screening to the hand-painted department, where we have McLean working on the simple Angelique. And it's kind of a paint by number situation. This particular pattern lends itself to having many colors. Here, after they're glazed and dried, we come to our kilns. This one we lovingly call Fergus, and load it up. The next morning we arrive. It's hot in the studio, and Shiny gets opened. I have to come over here and lean it against, and the finished product. So now you can see the real difference between before the tile is fired and then what those 18 degrees really do to the glazes to make them totally fortified. Voila. Well, thanks for joining our little tour today, and if you're looking to find us, we are here at our studio in Sisters, and you can send us an email at info@keybacktile to set up an appointment to come in and see what we have to offer and if we can help you bring your dream project to life. We're really looking forward to being more involved in the local building scene and getting our tile infused into so many of the gorgeous homes that are here in Central Oregon. So come check us out, and we'd be happy to show you around and get you going with a sample. So thank you.
And Carly, where are you? Come on up. Hello. I was there, now I'm here.
So are we just doing a little question and answer? Want a little spiel, or what's the plan?
Yeah, Carly's here to answer any questions that you might have about Keybach Tile, how long, and we got to do the tour, and she talked a little bit about the history, but if you have any further questions regarding the business, I'd like to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, how many generations are involved with your women-owned business?
Yeah, so thank you for asking. We're a women-owned business, and I'm the third generation of Keybach Tile women. My grandmother was a ceramicist, and she really inspired my mother to get into the industry. And then my mom kind of took it from my grandmother just being more of an artisan into being, and then my mom got her ceramics degree and started Keybach Tile and doing the more full production where she got us going through showrooms all around the country. And then now I unexpectedly, after growing up in the studio, just got completely influenced and couldn't avoid being part of the team. So the three of us worked there together for a while, and my grandmother, now 97, has retired, but she still brings us our mail, and and so yeah, so it's fun. It's a nice. Now I have my daughter Margot too, who's in the studio with us. So it's kind of really been a cycle of working together on making beautiful tile. So are there any questions? There's one there. Hi.
How many tiles do you produce in a month, say?
Oh man, it really depends.
Wait 1 second. Hey, Carly, can you repeat the question for our online audience?
Yeah, so the question was how many tile we produce in a month or a year. And it totally depends. All of our tile are made to order, so every project is different. We work with people on choosing their specific patterns and then they're designing their colorways. So we paint, I mean, it depends. I paint probably up to 100 tile a day. And so, I mean, we just shipped out a huge order of 5,000 tile that we worked on for about 6 weeks. We're working on another one now. So we make a lot of tile. I don't really know an exact number. Yeah.
How many employees do you have in Sisters?
We have 7 employees at the moment. Yeah, and I'm from Sisters. I think I actually took my SATs in this building. Fond memories. So yeah, we have 7 employees now. Yeah.
How do people find out about you and your special tile?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Repeating the question. So, how people find out about us? It sort of varies. I mean, we actually have a pretty big online presence, and as I said, from my mom's history with the company through Ann Sachs, she developed relationships with different showrooms around the country. So we are found in specialty boutiques, but I mean, it kind of depends, like how people find us, word of mouth. we hoping to get more tile, like I said, here in Central Oregon. There's so many beautiful, I mean, absolutely gorgeous homes. So it's kind of fun to, the tile are a really good conversation piece even. So just even word of mouth is probably a major way that we get discovered. Yeah. Yeah.
Can people come into the studio and do a design, a custom design? And if so, how long does it usually take from sitting down initially to having a final design?
Yeah, so the question is whether or not people can come in and do a custom design, and if so, how long that process sort of takes. We try to lean away from people doing their own designs, really because we have so many, and it doesn't really, it's not, the medium doesn't really lend itself towards any design. So we have a huge library, and so usually if people are leaning towards something or have an idea, a concept, for example, I'm working with a woman right now who drew up a little concept, and then we kind of go through our catalog to find what patterns most closely resemble that, and then we can make custom tweaks. But then we do custom coloring. So if you have a color chip or a paint swatch or a rug or your wallpaper that you're wanting to incorporate the tile into, we can match nearly any color scheme to sort of blend it in with your home. And our general lead time is 6 to 8 weeks for any size project. Yeah. Any other questions? There was one in the back, but maybe it got answered.
Yeah, just wondering how many square feet you have out there.
How many square feet we have? We're currently in, I believe it's 2,000 square feet, and bursting at the seams. So, yeah, trying to figure out ways to use our space better. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah.
Biggest challenge currently?
Currently, our biggest challenge, I would say that probably our biggest challenge is, finding new ways of making our studio space work for us and kind of finding the sweet spot. We've been much bigger and smaller, and now we're kind of sort of just figuring out how many people and what size studio and how our production should be going along, and how to scale the business that way, I'd say, and making efficiencies in the studio. Because it's a lot of, every piece is handmade, so kind of trying to cut out all the steps in between that are occupying unnecessary time is good. So breaking down efficiency, yeah. Yeah, good question. Yeah? Price per square foot per product. It depends. We sort of have 3 different price groups, depending on the complexity of the pattern. I'd say the median price per square foot is probably around $70 a square foot. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah.
What do you see as the pros and cons of being located here in Sisters?
The pros and cons of being located here in Sisters. The major pro is that Sisters is the best place to live, as we all know. So that's definitely a huge pro. And from growing up here, and I was even saying with my own family, it's been a huge part of the business is the whole family element, and that my whole family lives here, and we so that we can all be involved is probably a major pro. Just personally. Business-wise, it's been great working with, Cappy was mentioning some of these other businesses that have so many outlaws working for them, but it's been really fun working with some of my peers from the past or different phases or people's moms, or really getting to know the community and infusing ourselves more into that. And I think that's definitely a major pro, just the involvement of people from the community. And then cons, man, hard to think of any, although, maybe just that probably 95% of our business is in California, so shipping is always a challenge, or not a challenge, but it's just a factor that we have to deal with, packaging things very carefully. Anyone else? Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. I do just want to end by saying that we have been working on a few lines that are Central Oregon specific, kind of with colorways and patterns that I think are more, I mean, like I said, a lot of our work is in Southern California, so we have sort of those genres, but we have more of a catalog now for Central Oregon specific. And if you are either working on a project or building, and we're going to be, for local projects, we're going to be donating 10% of the proceeds to the nonprofit Neighborhood Impact, which is a really great nonprofit in the area that helps with economic development and educational development and just kind of all around support for families that need that little extra kick here in the community. So let us know if you're working on a local project, because we would love to be involved. Okay, well, thank you.
Good morning, I'm Dan Stewart. I'm one of the founders of Preston Thompson Guitars. Preston and I started the business back in 2012. And since then we've grown steadily. We build and ship about 12 guitars a month. Our target is about another third on top of that to get to the point we're doing 15, 16 a month out the door. We recently had a very special success in that our main sponsored artist, Billy Strings, won a Grammy for Best Bluegrass Album of the Year.
Hi, my name is Christine Funk, and I'm the general manager here at Thompson Guitars. I run the day-to-day operations, and I've been here about 5 years. So today I'd love to give you a tour of the shop and have you see the crew and what they do and how they make these beautiful guitars. The first part of the tour is really where Gareth Jenkins, he voices the tops. He creates the sound that resonates from our guitars, the bass and the treble, and does all the nuances with the carving of the braces, the peaks and the valleys. After the backs and tops are braced and carved, they bend the sides, and then they'll press the guitar together and glue it so it becomes a body. And then they take the body and they bind it. So once all that's done, they sand different grits till it's finally sanded. The neck is made. The neck itself has different inlays. Mostly it has the Thompson logo and then maybe a torch underneath or a custom inlay that Simon has designed for the client. Those things all take time, and then the neck is fitted to the body. The setup guys do that to make sure everything fits nice and tight, and then the neck and the body go separate into finish. The finish process takes about 40 days. With weekends, it's really about almost 2 months that it goes through the finish process. And so our guitars are known for their lightweightness and liveliness. After the guitars are cured and we know that the finish is hard enough to keep the guitar moving, the neck and the body come into setup, and Jameson and Ryan and Levi all have different parts that they do. And the process right now, we have about 120 guitars in the queue, so it's between 16 and 17 months before you'll actually get a guitar if you order today. And we're really proud of our reputation. We're really thrilled that we have so many orders. So Preston would be super proud of we keep on keeping on, as he said, and I feel like we have been, and we're here to stay.
First of all, thanks for choosing us. It's a great story, it really is. We started literally with an empty building and we made the first year. That was the first year we counted was 2014, and we built 20 that year, I think. And this year we'll probably be a little over 150. So we've grown pretty steadily. We're profitable. We're generally happy. But we do really, really good stuff. It's amazing. I'd like to introduce Preston's wife, Julie, and Gareth Jenkins, one of our senior luthiers that came today. And so if you get real technical, Gareth will bail me out. But I wanted also to acknowledge that when we started, Preston and I presented at EDCO in June of 2014, as I recall. And we had a bunch of guitars on stage, and we talked about the business, and we ham and egged it a little bit. And we met the guys at Craft 3, and they gave us. We signed up for a very onerous loan. And we were able to do that, and then Mid-Oregon Credit helped us, and through Roger and EDCO and the folks, that's how we kind of got started financially. So we're here, we're here to stay. It's a great place. I think when we chose, before you asked the question, we chose Sisters because of the blend of art and music and the festival here. Thank you, Krista. You're going to make that happen, right? It's okay. But having the festival here and having people come to Oregon to perform, generally they come through here and they play or they choose a guitar, or we build something for them. So it's really been a fun ride. So any questions? I can talk for a while. Yes, sir. We'd like to be there, yeah.
What's your target audience for purchasing a Preston guitar?
Well,
Hey, Dan, could
Yeah.
I have you repeat the question for us?
well, he's asking about the target audience because there's lots of different genres of music, and we built originally. Preston was very tuned into bluegrass music, and so originally we served the bluegrass community pretty much, and we still do. But we can do anything. We can build anything. There's a guy in Spain that bought a guitar from us, and he's kind of a flamenco player, and he's a pretty neat guy, and he plays lots of different kinds of stuff. So we can build anything. We build steel string only, though. We took a shot at a nylon string guitar, but we don't get an order for that too often. We could do it, but yes, sir, ma'am. Yeah. Come and see us. We got lots of that stuff. And if you look at our website, we've got lots of great photos, and the videos are terrific. I'll plug Christine for a second. She's not here. She would be up here talking instead. But she's done wonderful work around video production and tying up all the photos that are on our website. And it's a really neat site. You can learn a lot. Julianne.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Spending money. Where do we see ourselves in 10 years? I presume we'll be here. I think we would max out we're at the right next to the Belfry in the old parsonage. It's 2,000 feet. We can probably do 250 a year out of there. But probably not something that we would want to get a lot bigger for business reasons. The market seems to support it, but you got to go carefully, because not everybody, something's going to happen. We had a great year during COVID. I mean, it's the way it happened. People were staying home and spending money. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen indefinitely. And so I would say we'd be here, and maybe we would be double in size. That would seem to be doable. Yes, sir.
Do you have any challenges getting certain types of wood? There's been a lot of that in the industry.
Yeah. That's a good question. So we build out of exotic woods, Brazilian rosewood, Madagascar rosewood, different mahoganies, koa. We use some maple. We've built out of myrtle wood, which is indigenous to Oregon. And other than prices going up a little bit, not too badly, we haven't had a lot of trouble getting wood. Brazilian is tricky because it's in high demand and it's the most expensive, and it needs the approval of Fish and Wildlife for CITES permits, especially if you're going to take the guitar out of the country. It could be confiscated because it's, there's rules about it. But right now, I don't, other than prices going up a little bit, I think, what did Gareth, there are tops of, because a guitar is essentially pieces of wood, the bell, the bout, you're joined on the top, joined in the back, sides, but the top is really the sound where it comes from. But our tops have gone up. They're probably doubled in price, haven't they? Yeah. So, but a good top, you can, $300-400. So, yes, ma'am. Wendy, you remember our conversations? Huh? Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah.
I was at the EDCO event.
There you were. Yeah. And I begged you for money, and you wouldn't. Yeah. Right. I'll be back.
I remember when Preston sang that song at that event, and it was about his take on the Three Sisters and Mount Bachelor.
Yeah, I think that was Mark. I think that was Mark that night. But yeah.
So my question is there a strategy behind being 15, 16 months out in orders? And kind of what is the...
Yeah, it's pretty stupid, isn't it? Because if we could get more out the door, we can make more money? Is that the question? Yeah. All good things come with time, and it does take us a long time to build, but we could be faster. And some of that is people. Right now we have 3 newish people, and so training, we do all our training inside. We are very careful with the people we bring in. They all are experienced, but not to the extent that, Garrett's been doing this for like 80 years. So, and he's very good. But yeah. But if we could be faster, we could make some money. Yeah. Yes, Ken.
So I think Business Oregon helped you initially with some exporting strategies, but how far is the reach now?
Yeah. Again, read our website. But we sell all over the world. It's been extraordinary because we've only been doing this for 7.5 years. And we do sell all over the world. We got a big dealer in Korea, a big dealer in Japan. Our biggest customer in terms of numbers of guitars in Holland, and they do their business all over the world. We've got a guy in England, a guy in Germany, a guy in Switzerland, and then 20 dealers in the States, I think. And then we do custom orders as well. Yeah.
I've had the pleasure of playing Thompson's. I had one for a few days prior to John Bachelor playing at the Tower Theater a couple years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I think for anyone who plays a steel string guitar, if they get one of these in their hands, they will immediately recognize the difference in the quality.
Yeah.
And the sound on the guitars is stunning. It's absolutely
Thank you.
class.
Thank you. I didn't ask him to. That's wonderful to hear. I want to just close real quick because Preston passed away a couple years ago, and very sad. And, we loved him to death, and Julie's here, and really, really good guy, understated. And the reason that we're able to do what we could do is Preston understood how to build that sound, and that's That's what distinguishes us. And as you say, you pick this thing up, you play it, no matter how good you are, it just sounds wonderful. And then it's a beautiful piece of art. So, and we miss Preston, we really do. And he was the man. He was the man. And he learned from people that are just top people in the industry. So, you know, here we are in this little town of 2,000 people, and we build these world-class instruments that go everywhere. And then to top it all off, you know, Billy Strings wins a Grammy. I mean, my gosh. Go in and watch him. He's got a little bit of a potty mouth, but I'm telling you, he is absolutely brilliant as a performer. And he's a crazy good player. So, anything else? Thank you for having us.
Oh, hi. It's easy to get distracted around here with that kind of view. Welcome to our new digs. Hey, my name's Wyatt Woods. I'm the owner of Holy Cacao. We just moved our business here to Sisters from Portland, Oregon. Started Holy Cacao in 2009. Long story short, very long story short, I left the country in the pursuit of starting a coffee roasting business, flew to Guatemala, traveled in coffee country, trying to soak up as much information as I could from farmers, processors, and then ended up on a cacao farm. Light bulb went on and I was like, hey, this doesn't have to be coffee. This could be chocolate, cardamom, any number of things. Holy Cacao makes organic chocolate sauce and organic latte syrups. Most of our customers are coffee shops, restaurants, and other food service businesses. We are the only company that has where our entire line is organic, vegan, soy-free, gluten-free. All right, folks, I want to show you how the magic happens here at Holy Cacao. Just a little bit of a disclaimer. This is not a Willy Wonka chocolate factory. When you mention chocolate, people tend to think rivers of chocolate, the golden goose. We don't have any of that going on here, so it's not going to be as fancy as you might expect. Let's start right here. This is our cacao powder out of Peru. We've been buying from the same source for years. Why do we buy from the same source? Because it's amazing and delicious. It's got a unique flavor profile, and I can't go much further into that. These are a lot of our raw materials, and they come in here on semi-trucks, and then we bring them into this area. This is really where the magic happens. A lot of our businesses are organic latte syrups. Vanilla is definitely the #1 product in most coffee shops, usually followed by caramel. And then we like to get fancy with all kinds of fun stuff, lavender syrup, and this is my personal favorite, cardamom. Thanks for coming in and taking a look at what we do. I look forward to meeting more of you folks here in and around town. Oh yeah, and before we go, I got one more thing. So we are working on some new products. We're going to be making a bunch of new syrups soon. Those have yet to be revealed, but some real fun flavors. Thinking about some tropical items. And then if you come on in here, we're going to be making a new super secret product that will be revealed soon. But let's just say I'm going to be grinding up some spicy spices in here, and I'm really looking forward to showing you folks this product. I think that guy's done enough talking. But I would love to answer your questions. And thank you to the production company for those little edits and the extra Wonka bits. That helps a lot. Yes. Is there anywhere in town you can buy products? Absolutely. The question was, is there anywhere in town where you can buy our products? So the good folks at Sisters Coffee are a great customer of ours and have been serving our products in their mochas, lattes, and other specialty coffee drinks. In addition, you could go to Subtle Tea, Sister's Bakery, and Melvin's, or excuse me, Oliver Lemons sells a couple of our retail products. You, sir.
So these syrups, excuse me, what other products are in the future? Not necessarily that one secret one, but do you have other product lines outside of syrups that you can do with the raw fruit?
Okay, I'll go ahead and lift the veil. So we are gonna make some more syrup varieties, and then in addition to that, we're gonna start making an organic chai concentrate for. Oh yeah, everybody. So our facility already smells good. It smells like chocolate and some of these other syrups, but particularly when we add those spices, it's gonna be a world of wonder. At least for people who work there. And I think there was a gentleman behind you had a question.
I was just going to ask how you stumbled on I can't remember the exact product, but the product coming from Peru as you were learning your craft, stumbled in Peru, and is there a story there that you awareness that it's just a quality product?
So I actually didn't stumble into Peru. I kind of got my start in traveling through Central America and trying out various things there, and then I came back to the U.S. I got involved in I got involved in a lot of different dietary lifestyles, and I got really excited about cacao, cardamom, hibiscus, and a few other things, and ended up making a chocolate sauce. And then as I searched around for what I thought was some of the higher quality cocoa beans in the world, I came across a small source in Peru that just had this flavor profile that was radically different. It's a varietal. It's a varietal that you see in the world that's only in a number of places as far as the percentage of cacao beans that are out there. It's like 2% of the world's supply or less, and it just makes a unique flavor profile. So, yes, ma'am. You wouldn't believe how often I'm asked that. So everything that the question was, do we intend to make any sugar-free varieties? It is a challenge for us. It's asked of me several times a week from potential customers. Given our company standards and our ingredient standards, there is a little bit of reinventing the wheel involved there. Because once you remove sugar from our product, which tends to be the main preservative, you have to introduce ingredients that are not so healthy. Yes?
Is monk fruit a healthy alternative?
It is, and it's something that I'm. No, it's interesting that you asked that. So I will begin experimenting with monk fruit, but unfortunately, when you introduce an alternative sweetener to sugar, you lose the preservative qualities of your products. You have to add some ingredients that are a little less tasty, and I don't personally want to put into my body. But there are some. I've got some ideas, so we'll see if Wonka is able to put something together. Yes, sir.
So you say you just moved here from Portland in the process. What was your inspiration to move from Portland here to Sister?
Yeah, so my family and I actually moved here about 3 years ago. And so my inspiration to move the business here was that I wanted to stop going back and forth to Portland. But it was my intention all along to move the business here. And I have a family of children, 3, 5, 14-year-old. And I grew up in a smaller town. I appreciate the values inherent in a small town. And I thought that this would be a great place to raise a family. And I discussed it with a number of my key employees about relocating here. They seemed very excited to do that. And so I look forward to growing a business in this community. So, anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
What sizes do the retail flavors come in, you said, that are available?
Yeah, so we only have a few retail grocery items. We have a small 8-ounce bottle of chocolate sauce, and that one's a little bit different than what you see in the cafe level. It's sweetened with agave nectar, so we didn't go completely sugar-free, but we did go more sugar-sensitive friendly. And then we have a cacao powder for baking, and that's the Peruvian cacao powder. and that's a 14-ounce package. But a majority of the products we make are for food service. They are a 64-ounce bottle of chocolate sauce and 750 ml bottle of syrups. And increasingly, and especially since COVID has emerged, a lot of folks are buying these larger volumes for their home, and or just people who just are so bananas for our product they can't get enough. So, anyone else? Yes, you far in the back. Absolutely, good question. Did COVID cause us any issues with our supply chain? I would say that not initially, although we did see a dramatic drop in business because, like most of our customers, coffee shops, food service locations, business obviously slowed down or went to a screeching halt and then grew back. But particularly in the last few months on the supply chain side, I would say that is the most challenging aspect of our business currently. And is becoming a little bit more challenging because raw materials from packaging to actual ingredients are slower and slower to get to your door, and there's a lot of reasons behind that. So, and because they're taking a while for us to receive, prices on them are increasing as well. So, anyone else? You guys made it too easy on me. Cappy? Well, thank you, sisters, for having us here. I look forward to meeting more of you, and I want to give a big thanks to Cappy because she was extremely helpful in helping us relocate and get our business set up here. So, thanks.
Wyatt and I have been working together since 2016, so this work does not happen overnight. So we appreciate the patience and their efforts, and look at the results. It's pretty cool. So thank you so much to the companies that were presented today and highlighted. Again, these are companies that are more challenging to tour. They're smaller, but we really got an intimate view of their daily lives. So thanks again, all three of you. Appreciate it. Thanks all of you for coming. Gosh, it's just great to see you. So let's keep this up, okay? I really want to extend my sincere thanks to US Bank and Ben Broadbent TDS for your sponsorship, your title sponsorships. Our presenting sponsors today, Greg with Five Pines Lodge and Conference Center, Brent, Central Electric Co-op. Thank you so much. Brent is also on my board. Greg is on my board. I really appreciate your perspectives and input and advice over the years. Our supporting sponsors are Republic Services, Capstone CPA, Sisters Coffee Company, and Preedin Design. Thank you, Mayor. Our donating sponsors are Sisters Meat and Smokehouse, so I hope you enjoyed your delicious meats, and by the way, it's addicting. That's why their business is doing so well. So there's another fun story about branding that company. It wasn't originally going to be Sisters Meat and Smokehouse, and had a little talk with the owners, and I said, well, I think it should be Sisters Meat and Smokehouse, and you need to brand it Sisters. And so, yeah, there's just so much fun in this work because no day is the same, and working with business owners and having an entrepreneurial mind gets us in all kinds of trouble. Again, thank you, Matt, with Hand in Hand Productions. He does a lot of the production work for EDCO. We sincerely appreciate it, and the videos were great and awesome. And for anybody that was not able to see them, we do have those, so we can forward those to any of your friends that would like to see our production today. And thank you to our partners, the City of Sisters and Deschutes County. We had some exciting news this week. The Board of County Commissioners unanimously approved an economic development loan fund for Holy Cacao. So super wonderful to have that support. And if you are interested in supporting our local efforts, please contact me. We are looking for local program supporters. Thank you again for coming. I look forward to seeing you very, very soon again. please take these wonderful swag bags with you. They're full of Sisters Made products from Sisters Coffee Company, Laird Superfood, Josie's Best Gluten-Free Baking Mixes, Three Creeks Brewery, Holy Cacao, Northwest Spirit samples, and also products from Metabolic Maintenance. So please enjoy, and thank you again for coming.